Hey friends, my name is Amy Rebecca. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be sitting down and filming a video today because it feels like it has been forever. Do you even remember me? Do you even recognize this face? It's been so long. Today I'm going to be sharing the ins and outs of my entire skincare routine with you guys because I had quite a few people say that they were interested to see what I was doing with my face. I'm not going to make this introduction too long. I'm going to save the rambling because this is going to be quite an extensive video. I want this to be as useful to you guys as possible. I want to cram it full of information. So I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. I am going to be including timestamps in this video in case you want to like skip ahead to a specific part or some of it just isn't relevant to you. So for your convenience, those timestamps are there. Also, for those of you who are new, hi, welcome. I hope you decide to stick around. Please go ahead and subscribe, please. And for those of you who are returning, thank you guys so much. You know that I love you. You are the Odd Squad and you're amazing. Okay, let's start this video off with a little bit of a disclaimer because this is YouTube after all. Would it be a YouTube video without a disclaimer? I am not a skincare professional, okay? Hand on heart. Prior to 2021, I had no skincare routine. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing what works for me. So definitely if you feel like you have kind of like a skincare problem like acne or whatever, you feel like it's something that you need like professional help with, I'm not that professional. Go see a dermatologist, okay? I'm just a crazy lady on YouTube. Please remember that. And kind of bouncing off that, these products that I'm going to be talking about today, this routine, this has worked for me. I put off making this video for so long because I wanted to get to a point where I had like a really strong routine where I liked all the products and felt really good about all of them. And that's taken a lot of trial and error. But just because these work for me, unfortunately, does not mean that they will necessarily work for you because everybody's skin is different, which I think is like the universe's own little like cruel joke. Because how much easier would it be if they could just make one product that works for everyone? You know, just save a lot of hassle. So the first thing I think it's pretty relevant to talk about is my skin type and what my concerns were at the beginning of the year when I decided to actually start taking care of my skin. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, then maybe you remember that back in the day, I was an oily mess. The McDonald's kitchen had nothing on me. But recently, as I am getting older, I've noticed that my skin has started to dry out a little bit. It's not dry, but it's not, I wouldn't class myself as being in that really oily category anymore. It's more combination. So like around my nose here, my chin and my forehead tends to get a little bit oily, but it's not insane like it used to be. Also, the main concerns that I was looking to tackle this year were wrinkles. I'm 30 in like next week? No, soon. What day is today? I'm trying to maintain the face of a 23-year-old. So yeah, wrinkles, big pores, weird texture that I was getting kind of like around my cheeks here, and also blackheads. They took up residence in my face circa 2005 and kind of like refused to leave. I just wanted to give you guys that kind of frame of reference. My skin is different from your skin. You might be looking to do something different. Just trying to give you all the information. Also, it's worth mentioning that all of the products that I'm going to be talking about in this video are cruelty free. Okay, so first let's talk about my morning routine. Now, my morning skincare routine is pretty basic. When I watch other morning skincare routines on YouTube, people have like a whole 12-step process. Look, if you know me, I'm lazy in the morning. I'm not prepared to do anything really. Very difficult for me. I need to keep it simple. So here's what I do. I start off with my eye cream. Now the eye cream I'm using is the Green People, right? Is it? It literally doesn't even say who makes this. Why do I never know what I'm talking about? The eye cream I'm using is the Green People. It's the Age Defy Plus Line Eraser Serum. It's not specifically an eye cream, it's just for any lines that you have on your face. And I know that in my most recent empties video, I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, I believe, and I said that I was still on the hunt for my ideal eye cream. I said I wasn't completely satisfied with this. Well, let me tell you a story. Several weeks passed after I made that empties review, and in that time of not having this in my life, my under eyes got so dry, all of the lines came back. It was like I looked like the witch out of Snow White, like, and I realized this is actually the eye cream of my life. I take it back. I give it 5 out of 5. I need it. It is kind of pricey. I mean, it's not crazy expensive, but for such a little tube, but it does work. After I'm done with that, I will go in with my face cream, and I am using and will continue to use the Sand and Sky Tasmanian Spring Water Hydration Boost Cream. I love this. I did a whole first impressions review of this and I'm almost done. Like, I've been using this obsessively since I got it. It smells so fresh and clean, and seriously, I've never used a cream like this before. This is gonna sound weird, but it's not creamy. It's very light. It almost feels not watery, but it feels like you can feel the hydration. It doesn't feel thick like a regular moisturizer. It just feels like, why did I choose to make this video? I can't speak. Ever since I started using this, people started complimenting my skin, and that had never happened before. Genuinely, people were like, oh, are you using something different? Your face looks very bright and fresh. Yeah, this. It got rid of all of that texture that I had here and just evened my skin out. And I never really knew what people were talking about when, you know, on adverts and stuff, you hear them saying like for an even skin tone. I didn't really understand what that meant until I started using this, and then my face was even and I was like, ah, that's nice. I have a coupon code for this, and actually I'm gonna link all these products down below, and I'm gonna see if I can find as many coupon codes as I possibly can online, because I'm kind of a coupon queen and I love to save money. The final step, and didn't I tell you the morning routine was pretty sparse, but the final step is putting on sun cream. This is the most important step. Look, I've ranted about sun cream 1,000,001 times. Let's not have that rant again. I use the number 7 Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced Facial Sun Protection because regular sun cream for some reason just breaks me out. My skin just can't handle it. It's too thick, it's too oily. But this is great because it's made specifically for your face. And yes, it is kind of thick because it's a sun cream, but it works really well under my makeup. It sinks in really nicely. It doesn't leave like a greasy film the way that regular sun cream does. So I'm a big fan. I use Factor 50. Something like 98% of aging is caused by the sun. I love the sun, but I don't love wrinkles. So Factor 50, it's got a 5-star UVA protection, which is really important. Those UVA rays are the cancer-causing rays, so we need 5-star protection. I've said that 1,000,000 times, but it's really important. Next, let's talk about my evening skincare routine, which is honestly still pretty basic in the grand scheme of things, but a little bit more in depth than my morning routine. So the first thing I need to do is remove my makeup, and recently I started double cleansing. I know, I'm so fancy. Double cleansing, if you don't know what that is first going in with an oil cleanser to kind of like do the initial cleanse, and then finishing up with a cream cleanser to kind of get rid of the oil. Look, I'm not an expert. We've talked about this, but I will say that since I started doing that, my skin has been so much clearer, and I've noticed a huge difference in just like less breakouts, less blackheads, like less gunk. It's a winner for me. You can get specific oil cleansers, and I tried one and it was fine, and I'm sure there are some really great oil-based cleansers out there that are specifically designed for that job. But what I've been using that I love is the Sonestia Skincare Rosemary Face Oil. Now, you may remember this, it got sent to me in PR at Christmas time for my Christmas gift guide, and I love it. Originally, I was using it for its specific purpose that it's made for, which is just an oil that you apply to your face, you let it sink in, and honestly, 5 out of 5, as just a face oil. This is something I would say has finally filled the void of my Estee Lauder nighttime serum, you know, the one that's like £85 a bottle, and I had to stop using when I went cruelty free, and it kind of shattered my illusion of life. Yeah, for years I was trying to find a replacement for that, and I would say this gives me the same kind of results. I wake up, my skin is so soft, it's so fresh, it's so bright. I look in the mirror, I'm like, who is this woman? So it works really well as just an oil to apply before bed, but I have been using it as my oil cleanser, and it is gorgeous for that. It gets all of the gunk out, takes off all of my eye makeup without any scrubbing or any issues, and it just leaves my skin feeling so soft. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Then I follow it up with my cream cleanser, and I've just started using, oh well, I guess a few months ago. Anyway, I'm using the Revolution Vitamin C cream cleanser. Now this is a budget item. I can't remember how much it was off the top of my head, but I know it was inexpensive, and every now and then you find an inexpensive skincare item that just knocks it out of the park, and this is that. It feels very creamy. When you put it onto your skin, it almost feels like a moisturizer rather than a cleanser. You get that feeling of your skin feeling very clean, that like tingly clean feeling that we all enjoy, and also it leaves my skin so soft. Like my skin now, it used to have texture and all these bumps and like dry patches. Different face. I wish you could reach through and feel it. Different face. After I'm done cleansing, then I go in with all of my moisturizers and serums and stuff, and I start off by applying more eye cream. Now we come to the star of the show, of the evening routine, retinol. If you're not using retinol, and I say this with love, even if you are 15 years old watching this video, start using retinol. If I could go back in time and tell my younger self to start using retinol when I was like 15, 16, I think I would have a completely different face now. This one is by The Ordinary. I've talked about this a bunch, and I used to use the 0.2% strength, and now I've bumped it up to the 0.5% strength. Here's the thing about retinol. I know I've said this before, but I think it is important for those of you who maybe didn't see those previous videos. Retinol can be very irritating to the skin. So don't go in with a high concentration of retinol first and foremost. Go with something like a 0.2% and then build up. Your skin has to get used to it. Also, only use retinol in the nighttime because I've read that it can cause you to burn more easily. So don't apply it before you go out in the sun or anything. It's just, no, don't. Anyway, I love retinol. Retinol is my life now. Hi, I'm Amy. I'm almost 30, and all I talk about to people anymore is retinol. But yeah, if you were going to introduce one thing to your skincare routine, well, first it should be sun cream if you're not using sun cream, and secondly it should be retinol, and this one is really inexpensive and it's really good. Finally, I top off my evening routine with a, what are you, like a cream thing? Yeah, this is the Revolution Hydration Boost Lightweight Hydrating Gel Cream, and I just started using this a few weeks ago and I'm already a big fan. I used to double up and use this morning and night, but it's kind of expensive. So I introduced a different cream for nighttime, so this will last me twice as long. That's good thinking. I really love this. It's so creamy, but it's not thick. It instantly sinks into the skin and it just leaves me feeling so soft and so hydrated. So I'm a big fan of that. And again, this one is really inexpensive. This was another really good bargain find. Okay, have I been talking for a million years yet? Probably yes, but I'm gonna keep talking some more. Now let's talk about the products that I use every once in a while, things that I use like maybe once or twice a week. So first off is a face mask. I like to do a face mask. Realistically, I like to do it twice a week, but I usually forget and end up doing it once a week. The face mask I'm using at the moment, I'm not even going to share with you guys. It's the Clinique one that I'm trying to finish up for my Project Pan, and honestly, it's not cruelty free and I just don't like it. My favorite face mask that I'm going to be purchasing once I use up all my other face masks is the Sand and Sky Pink Australian Clay Mask. I think that's what it's called. That is amazing. I also really used to like the Body Shop Seaweed Mask. If you're oily, then that's a great one. I can't use that anymore because it dries me out way too much. But if you're oily and you're watching this, that Body Shop one is excellent. Then I like to exfoliate around twice a week. I kind of like just see how my skin is doing. If it looks kind of dry and flaky, then I exfoliate. If it doesn't, then fine, happy days, I just live my life. I've been using this Body Shop Drops of Youth Liquid Peel. This is a game changer. You know how regular exfoliators, they have kind of a gritty feeling. Maybe they have like baking soda, or maybe they have like, I don't know what the heck they put in there. But then you like rub it and it's abrasive, kind of like sandpaper, and it gets all the dead skin off. This stuff literally just peels off the dead skin. And I don't know how it's magic. You can see it's just like a gel. And then when you put it on, any dead skin cells, can you see that? They'll just come away. It's really great because it's not harsh on your face like scrubbing a bunch of baking soda or whatever is into your skin. So I'm a big fan and it really does work. Like when I use this, my skin is so soft. The final product I want to talk about is what I use for when I get spots. You may be able to see I've got some pretty extreme cystic acne going on along my jawline and my neck this week. I think my makeup has covered that up pretty well actually. Anyway, this was self-inflicted because I always get cystic acne right here whenever I eat dairy, and so in my day-to-day life I just don't eat dairy. But when I was in Italy, I ate all the cheese. So when I get a breakout like that, I reach for TCP. People are always amazed when I recommend TCP for spots. Like, have people not been doing this for generations? This is what my nana always told me to put on spots and cuts and bites, and basically if my arm was falling off, put some TCP on it. But everybody I recommend this to comes back and says, yes, TCP for spots, it's just the best. TCP is also so cheap in comparison with like specific like products that are made for spots. How difficult was it for me to say that sentence? Anyway, TCP, yeah, a whole bottle like this I think is like $2.99 or something, depends where you get it from, but it lasts years because you need the smallest amount. Now, if you've never used TCP before, beware that it stinks. Don't use it before you leave the house. Use it before you go to bed. Put a little bit on a like cotton pad, pop it onto the parts where you have the spots, and by the morning you will notice a difference. Finally, let's bring this video to a close by talking about a few skincare tools that I have introduced into my routine this year. First, we're going to talk about the ultrasonic face scrubber thing that I bought earlier this year. I did a whole review on it. I'll link it down below, where you can literally see all of the gunk coming out of my face. It's pretty gross and I'm pretty proud of it. I, like I said earlier, suffered from blackheads for, I don't know, 14 years. They just wouldn't budge no matter what kind of products I used, no matter if I used those little like strips, you know, like you put on your nose and your chin. Nothing could make them budge. But this, where has this been all my life? So cool. I got it from Amazon. I'll link it down below. But basically all you do is you turn it on. It's kind of loud, but it doesn't hurt at all. You don't feel it. And you just run it like this over your face. You should use this after you apply some kind of oil, so I usually use it after I've put on my retinol, just so that you don't get any like friction, so it can work easier and it doesn't irritate your face. And literally go and watch that video I posted, because the amount of gunk this pulls out of your skin is just weirdly satisfying. So yeah, this got rid of all of my blackheads in my nose and my chin, and obviously blackheads come back, but I will be completely honest and say when I first got this, I was using it religiously twice a week, and now I probably only have to use it once a fortnight because the blackheads are more like under control. And finally, let's talk about like the influencer must-haves of 2021, the gua sha and the face roller. Honestly, I like using these. I specifically do notice a difference when I use this. My face just feels a lot less puffy. I can see the difference, but I'm gonna be completely honest and say I need to watch some kind of video that shows me exactly what I should be doing with these. Because I've watched like different videos and people are like, yeah, just do this, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing that right. It doesn't feel right. Honestly, of everything I've talked about today, these would be the things that I would recommend the least. I do enjoy using them, but if you said, what's one thing you could never use for the rest of your life on your face, I'd be like, oh, these. That's fine. Don't take my retinol, but you can take my gua sha. Okay. So that was literally everything that goes into making my face the way it is now. I'm not going to sit here and say that I have a perfect face now because of these products, because I don't. I mean, hello. God, well, this was self-inflicted cystic acne, but I do still have the under eye wrinkles, a few little lines up here. My pores are still not like tiny, but the improvement of my skin since the beginning of this year until now, like, it shows that I've been taking care of my skin. It looks completely different. I've had so many people tell me that my skin looks so much better and brighter and fresher and more youthful. So that's all good stuff. So yeah, I know this video was probably really long. That was probably a lot of information that I threw at you, but I just wanted it to be as informative and as useful as possible. I'm gonna link all the products in the description box down below. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know. Remember that you are enough just as you are. I love you so much, and I will see you guys soon. Bye guys!